Greetings, my champions, and welcome to Live with Chatufa. Bootlicking Garwe under fire for saying Mnangagwa is the only capable president in Zanu PF. As we continue to see the struggle, the fights, the divisions, throwing of stones, the confusion and the hulabaloo in Zanu PF, more and more words are coming, especially from the losing side, which is the Mnangagwa side. We are hearing quite a lot of talk, too much of it coming from that side, more than anything that we could be hearing from the side of the Chwenka faction. So it's beginning really to be very interesting how at this point in time, the camp of Mnangagwa seems to be very, very rattled, and they are panicking like nobody's business. Garwe is speaking, coming on ZPC and saying that Mnangagwa is supposed to go for, 2030, and he wants to turn around the whole issue and say that they are not talking about the 2030, a third term, rather, they are talking about just him getting to 2030. And I don't know why they think that they can cheat or hoodwink Zimbabwean people into thinking that this is a different thing altogether. Once Mnangagwa surpasses 2028, already is in another term. But Garwe doesn't want to put it that way. He wants people to believe that they are only saying Mnangagwa should go to 2030, but it has nothing to do with the third term. Because they know that once they say third term, now it has to be doing a lot, to be having a lot to do with the constitution, the amendment of the constitution and stuff like that. A constitutional crisis that Mnangagwa is causing in the nation. I'm sure for him to be saying that there is a reason. It seems they are now bowing down to the pressure. They are seeing that this really is looking very, very ugly. And for him to really say that Mnangagwa is the only capable president in Zanu PF, this is really an insult to many, many people or in Zanu PF. It's an insult directly also to General Chiwenga, who is supposed to be, the Trojan horse that is supposed to be taking over after Emmerson Mnangagwa. But it seems the 2030 Senmafidi dynasty people, they are closing that door so that General Chiwenga does not get that opportunity. But really, this is more and more creating quite a lot of tensions. And these tensions are really going to go a very, very long way in putting somebody down. And we, like what we have always been saying, that the losing side is clear. Although they don't want to show it, they are really trying by all means to be very, very vigilant when they speak to the media, when they have press conferences, and when they insult back. They want to be pretending to be very strong and actually in control of the situation. But the truth is they are far from being in control. We are going to be seeing the end of Mnangagwa in a very few days to come because of the declarations that we have seen coming from the war veterans. Just today, we saw the main party of the war veterans actually coming also and declaring the end of Mnangagwa and saying that he must pack his bags and go. He has failed the country. And this is not a secret. Mnangagwa has indeed failed Zimbabwe. And for him to continue arguing that he wants to be there, or those people that support him, this really is neither here nor there. Mnangagwa must just do the honorable thing instead of allowing himself to be shamed or to go out, in a very disgraceful way. He should have simply succumbed to the pressure that is coming against him, because we don't see this pressure ever going down again, or him ever surviving what is coming against him. So it's quite interesting, really, to watch what is happening. I just want to play for you the video where Garwe speaks about Mnangagwa being the only capable president in Zanu PF, which continues to raise more and more eyebrows within the political party itself. Right? So I'm going to be playing a clip, a small one, a short one, just from ZBC.
We work today to persuade the president to be persuaded. We are going to persuade him to understand where we are coming from and where we want him to take us to. In my view, His Excellency is the only president who is most senior, even more veterans, who has got the institutional memory of the party, because it was formed, all the stages that followed thereafter, he was there. He has got all that institutional memory that we need, that must be documented, coupled with the beautiful, brilliant policies of leadership that he has demonstrated so far. We want him to take us to 2030. Hatinambotoda third term. Hatina kumbotaura zve-third term, musasema mazwi mukanwa medu. Hatinambotaura izvozvo. Takangoti chete itai kuti tisvike nemi kugore ra 2030. Zvichireva zvoti kana ungori.
So this is how foolish he is in trying to think that he can play around with words and end up turning this thing into something else. It is what it is. You are simply trying to breach the constitution of Zimbabwe. Mahia has declared already that we can tear down that constitution without even thinking twice. So why should people like Garwe try to sugarcoat pills and want to put it in some somewhat better manner? There's no better way of saying it. The thing is just ugly. The thing is wrong. The thing is just wrong. The thing is just wrong. And this is just so unconstitutional on the part of Mnangagwa and also those that are pushing this evil agenda. So we want to continue to be praying for Zimbabwe, especially as people of Zimbabwe are anticipating a move that could bring liberty. The Geza revolution, it is still on. It is still standing. Although a lot of other propagandists want to paint it otherwise. But one thing that is very certain is that Zimbabwean people have made up their minds. Zimbabwean people have agreed that they want to rally behind Comrade Geza and the revolution. And our prayer is that everything should just move accordingly. The time for Zimbabwe is now. Zimbabwe must be allowed to be freed from the oppression that we have suffered for a very, very long time. So Garwe and his friends and the Mafidi dynasty people may continue to speak as much as they want, but I don't see any of this eventuality ever turning in any other direction that could favor them. It is really very pathetic. If they may continue to push in the direction that they are doing, it is not going to work for them. So let's watch the space and continue to pray for the nation of Zimbabwe. We want the transition that is coming to happen in peace. We don't want to continue to see bloodshed in the nation. Bloodshed must be, if possible, very much minimized, because Mnangagwa continues to be arguing and wanting to be strong-headed, but it's not going to work. It might end up leading to a lot of disasters. But we are praying that God may put his hand upon Zimbabwe for a smooth transition that is likely to be taking place. Thank you so much for joining me on the show. We'll meet in the upcoming shows. Remain blessed.